course, I could see. I sometimes, certified Americans, to be honest, if I'll have to harsh and honest, then, kind of mad people on this planet right now. Or everywhere, people are getting mad. I have heard lots of gun violence in America recently, Even small kids, they
Yeah.
just wake up early in the morning, they get gun and they go to school and shoot their friends. What
Mhm.
kind of thing is going on there? Like, tell me a little bit about Indian culture because you have been to India.
Mhm.
Can you tell me anything that would have intrigued you about Indian culture?
Um, well, one thing, I mean, there was a lot of things, it's a very, very different culture from America.
Yeah.
Um, One thing I suppose was a little difficult for me was that women are not treated equally in many places in India. Um, because most of my work was with women and training women. I had some male students, but not as many. Um, so that was a little bit hard for me to understand, you know, especially like in Ranchi, everybody is so poor and the culture is very, the old culture.
Mhm.
It's not like the more modern cities like Kolkata or Chennai or, so yeah, that was surprising. Um, about the culture, like the food, like the way of eating, the way of dressing, all of that. I really liked that. I liked Indian food. I liked wearing sari. I liked wearing churida. It was nice.
Oh, you had tried sari.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
I
Yeah.
used to wear it almost every day because I was a teacher.
Okay. Great. I got you now. Yeah. So you had to follow the dress, right? Kind of dress. You had to wear sari,
Hmm.
right? Got
Yeah,
you. Yeah, you are right. Like, still in India, women are not free. I mean, in sense of like, even you, what are you talking? Just don't talk about women. Even kids are not free from their family, right? I mean, until they are 30 years old, parents would not give them freedom, right? In Indian parents, they still say their words, I'm gonna feed you till 30 years. Okay, just go and get any job, government job, become IS, become engineer, doctor, whatever you have to become, just become. I'm gonna feed you until then, yeah. But you need to have a job, career settled, okay. So that kind of mentality is still in India. And I think,
hmm,
right now, because of social media, things Indians are also getting influenced by Westerners in many things. Like, everybody is trying to get freedom as early as possible from their parents. But the things are good. But I think the way things are changing is not good, because when you are breaking the one building, old building, then you must have an idea what kind of new building you are going to construct. It is
yeah,
going to be good or not. It is going to be healthy for you or not. So
hmm,
that's what is not being taken care right now. Every part of the world. I don't only think about India, but old buildings are being broken, and the new buildings that are being made by the people, by the society, or things are getting prevalent in society. I'm not sure about the future of, like, it is not gonna bring any welfare. It seems like, yeah, we are just, we are criticizing the old building, the old house that we are living in, and we are just breaking it, and we don't know how to construct the new home, right? We are
yeah,
just reckless. So you are right. Yes, I understand. You talked about Indian culture. It looked like very old culture. But I feel one thing. Still, if you look at the people's face, that it seems like it is. These people are little bit at peace.
hmm,
Others are not at peace. Yeah, you can talk about them all modern cities. Yeah, they are
hmm,
very modern. But look at the people's face. How much anxiety, depression, and rush they are in. But
yeah,
look at the small cities. Still, you will find people have little bit. They are at peace. I know they are also not, they are also going to change just within 5 6 years now, because technology are getting taking over everything all over
yeah,
the world. Things
hmm,
are changing. But yeah, one thing is very crucial right now: the new buildings, the new schools. Everybody is trying to become a new school. Everybody is saying, no, no, I'm not an old school, I'm new one. Okay, I follow the new rules. But it is good to create the new school, but it is good to create sensibly. It is good to think about your welfare. After all, we have so many technologies, everything we have on our fingertips. After all, we are not. like happier than the previous generation. That's the
Hmm.
matter of fact.
Yeah, I understand that. I mean, I have friends in India who are the more modern type, and I can see, like you said, it's like a couple of my friends were working in call centers for a while, and they said it's just exhausting work. It's competitive. You have to keep up, and you know, like you said,
Mhm.
it's like,
So yeah, because I seen a survey. It was saying yeah, New York City people in New York City are just like robots now. They are no more human beings.
yeah,
So I mean, human beings would become robots. It is also not a good thing, right? I feel
yeah,
like human beings should be human beings, right?
hmm,
Otherwise, yeah, it's people choice and the things are going on. And I think somehow the everybody who have been inventing things or doing things, they are not responsible. They are responsible for just making a gadget. For example, somebody invented the phone and they are just responsible for inventing the phone. They are not responsible for how people are going to use it.
hmm,
And the same way, one who are users are not responsible that how they are using, right? So
hmm,
that's what has happened in the whole world. Right? That's why. Otherwise, yeah, always there has been good thing, bad thing in society. It's not that it is only today, but today it seems like little bit, like prevailing.
hmm. Yeah, that's one of the good things though about being a teacher. We have the power to help change society
Yes.
because we are working with young minds. And something I've seen in America, especially with the school system, people, kids, they go through school and it's like a conveyor belt. Everybody has to go through the standardized school and they are not taught critical thinking, how to think for themselves, how to solve problems, how to think outside the box. And I think this is the primary reason why people become robots.
Yeah.
you know?
Like social media had made us more robotic. Example,
Yes.
if I talk about like everybody is dancing on the same song and it is known as trend nowadays in all over the world, right? So
Yeah.
once, like, tell me what kind of creativity is that somebody has created a reel and you are also dancing following the same step and getting popular everywhere on the world. So that's what is missing right now. Human beings are losing the creativity for that they are known as human beings. Why we are different from animals? Because animals follow the herd, right? They have a herd and they follow the herd. And
Mhm.
once human being will become the same, like they will start following the herd, there is no difference between human beings and animals. And unfortunately, these things are happening. On the name of evolution, something that we are doing is not good for our evolution, I feel like. Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah, it's not good for our future development.
Future development. And you can see it on everybody's face right now. Look at the 100 years back songs or people. You can clearly see we have lots of photographs, lots of videos of 100 years ago. Fortunately, because of technology, you
Hmm.
can clearly find the difference between today's modern people and the just people who were living 100 years ago. You would find one thing that we have everything. After all, we are very desperate, but
Hmm.
they had nothing. After all, they look very charming, very innocent, very simple, not cunning like us. We are one who are very cunning mind. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, I understand that. I think it's also because, like you said about the media, a lot of the movies that are out today are very violent. Um, it decreases empathy. Watching people kill other people on the screen, it's just a movie, right? Nobody's actually dying, but it decreases empathy when you see things, when you see violent actions being portrayed on the screen. And I've seen that a lot in Western countries, that people who do a lot of video games or watching movies, especially in America, everything is violent these days. Um, yeah, it really decreases empathy, sympathy, and empathy.
Of course, I could see. I sometimes, certified Americans, to be honest, if I'll have to harsh and honest, then, kind of mad people on this planet right now. Everywhere people are getting mad. There's no issue about it. Yeah. Like in India, also the cultures are spreading. But if you look at, I have heard lots of gun. violence in America recently. Even a small kids, they
Yeah.
just wake up early in the morning, they get gun and they go to school and shoot their friends. What
Mhm.
kind of thing is going on there, right? The empathy has
It's
gone so like away from humanity. I mean, this only movies has done a wonderful work to create people like that, because what you are gonna become, whatever you are gonna see from your childhood, you are gonna become.
mhm,
They Human beings are creature, or any creatures even, like
mhm.
whatever you would see, you would hear, you would think, you would become, and that's what is happening. So who is responsible for making these movies? Where are these leaders? What are they doing? you know the society has failed, totally failed. Yeah,
Mhm.
we never made anything significant about Buddha, people like Gautam Buddha, Jesus, people like Muhammad. You wouldn't have heard any movie about him, anything about him. But look, just such a simple, like, so many movies about killing one each other,
Mhm.
romance. Yeah, romance, lots of other stuff. Like, what can I talk about the society? I don't know. There were few people in the society who have been always trying their best to bring things on the surface, but now they have also gone because of social media. Their sound is not enough now, because the profanity has been so at its peak. So
Yeah.
even though people will try, then I don't think now it they are going to reverse it.
Yeah. This is one reason why I don't watch movies. I don't follow social media. I just cut it out because it's like, no, I don't want this influence in my life anymore. I know, I mean, as a teacher, I'm an example for my students. And if they ask me, what do you think about this movie? I should not have watched that movie. I shouldn't have an opinion on that movie. And when they ask me why, I can explain because watching things like this is not healthy for our mind and it gets them thinking. And so, yeah.
No, I'm talking like, if we could have given these children new imagination, if we have given these kids like something practical in their life, for gardening, going open in the uh, uh, nature, enjoying the nature. We could have put them in the swimming pool, like a river, to swim across.
Yeah.
They would have really, they would have different life, right?
Uh huh.
And I think this planet would have been very beautiful place to live in, because these were practical thing. But you are just caging your ward in your home, showing, letting them watch lots of stuff like movies which has nothing to teach them. Only these things is gonna harm their life. These things are gonna harm the society. And I am very shocked. Like, we are in democracy, but why we are in democracy when our leaders are foolish, right? I don't feel like democracy is good for humanity, not at all. Because when the police would become at the higher level of democracy, nobody is gonna you know be good in their life. For
Mm-hmm.
example, these leaders should have taken steps
Internet working?
floating in the society, which should not be float. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
children should be not exposed to these things. As a teacher, I understand things. That's why I'm explaining you, right? But
Yeah.
after all, no steps are being taken. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And why would you allow any new technology unless you are gonna get all kinds of equipment to handle its negativity in society? For example, when mobile phone or cell phone came, you must have system to ensure security of human beings. After that, you allow the people to use it.
Mm-hmm.
When you are higher level of the society, things,
Yeah,
nothing like that happened. Yeah.
you're right. Because it's almost like drugs. I mean, like when they release new drugs, they always have to do tests and see how it's going to affect people before they release it. It
Yes.
should be the same with technology.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Hmm.
So we
Yeah.
talked a lot. It seems like we are at, yeah, like we have half an minute.